Thank you very much for joining us today on Flicker Myth TV to talk about Kingsman: Secret Service.
Welcome.
You left X-Men: Days of Future Past to direct this movie. What was it that attracted you to the project over doing X-Men?
It was a hard decision. I was in love with both projects. I wrote the treatment for X-Men, but the script took forever to come in, and I wrote this screenplay in the meantime. And it was actually a mixture of necessity because I was terrified that another fun spy movie, because I was thinking, why has no one done this? It seems so obvious. And I thought, you know what's going to happen? Someone will do it. And I'm right. You've got Spy coming out, Grimsby, Man from U.N.C.L.E., the more fun spy movies are definitely coming. So I wanted to be the first. And asked Fox if we could put Days of Future Past back. And they said absolutely not. I went, all right, well, I'm going to do Kingsman then, because and X-Men's not my franchise. It really is Brian's. And Brian let me play with his toys, and I had the time of my life, and rearranged them a bit and handed them back.
Did you see the film in the end?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought.
They're your words.
Yeah, no, do you know what? I thought it was really well done. I mean, I was a little bit worried for me directing it, thinking time travel is so hard to pull off, and even when we were doing. That's why I made Kim Bergen write the script, because it was much easier to get time travel right in a 12-page document, in a full. And Simon was always ringing me up saying, "Oh God, the ramifications of so much of it is difficult." And I think Brian. I think they all did a brilliant job. And Quicksilver was just genius. That wasn't that was all Brian. Nothing to do with me.
So this is your second Mark Millar project, based off his work. Mm-hmm. What is it do you think is so great about his writing that really attracts you to his books?
He's unashamedly commercial. Mark, in my opinion, doesn't write comics to write comics. He writes comics to get film deals, and I make film deals, so it's a very good combination.
There's quite a high level of violence in the movie. It's comical violence.
Fun comic book violence.
Fun comic book violence. Yeah. How important was it to make sure that you were keeping those high levels of violence and not fall into the trap of doing like a PG-13 or a 12A film?
If I had another $60-80 million, like all the other movies of this scale, I would have probably done a PG-13 of this. But I had to compete with these guys. So if I didn't have the money and the scale, I could either do the Stormbreaker version of the movie, which would be about the same budget as that, or we could do the dare I say it, the Tarantino version, which doesn't cost much more money. It's just about pushing boundaries. So I made that decision. And
there's quite a lot of good music, a fantastic soundtrack to the film. How important was that to you to pick those songs? Because it was kind of Guardians of the Galaxy in that way of using songs to kind of tell a story.
Which I only saw after we finished the movie. I want to preface that, and I had a heart attack when that film started on a close-up of a tape deck, and we start up. I was just like, oh my God, we got the same opening shot, but I think we do it in a more elegant manner where we pull out instead of do a cut, I will say now. But my old DP shot it, so I gave him some crap about that. Music's half the film. It's how I manipulate the audience, and it makes them feel the emotion that I need them to feel. Music's very, very important.
This movie's very Bond-like in its execution. It's very James Bond. Who's your favourite Bond?
Oh, God, that's a ridiculous question. Listen, the Bond that will always be etched in the back of my mind will be Roger Moore, because he was the first Bond I ever saw. So when I saw, I remember, and I loved Connery, but when I saw Connery, I was thinking, God, why is he so much more serious than Roger Moore? But I genuinely think every Bond is great. I think Daniel's great. It's what's interesting about Bond is how it's evolved, and it's such a reflection of filmmaking trends each time. I still think Pierce Brosnan is underappreciated. I think in years to come, people will like him a lot more than they admit to. But I thought Lazenby was great. I thought they were all great. I don't think there's been a bad Bond. Even Woody Allen was good Bond in Casino Royale.
So you're listed as a producer on the Fantastic Four movie. Have you seen anything of the movie yet? Because the marketing's been very quiet on it.
Well, you asked me about marketing with all these guys back there in a room right now. Terrified of how I'm going to answer that question. Quiet marketing, how am I going to answer that? I will answer it politely. God, I don't even know how to answer.
Have you seen anything of the film?
I've seen the film. It's good.
Yeah,
I've seen it. I mean, it's Josh Trank is. I thought Chronicle was a fantastic movie. Trank's definitely gone off and is doing his version of Fan 4. If you like Chronicle, then you will like this. You'll like it. But you know, Josh is. We're all backing Josh Trank's vision, and hopefully the world will like Josh's vision.
Thank you very much. That's perfect.
Cool.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.